everybody, to another episode of Into the Verse. We have our good friend here from the org, Jazz, and our today's topic is going to be how overwhelming can Star Citizen be to a new player? And like always, I got OG right above me.
Hey guys.
Jazz, how we doing today?
I'm good.
Good deal.
I'm excited.
Yeah?
Good. We're glad to have you.
OG,
Thanks.
how are we doing today?
Fan-fiddly-tastic. Doing great.
It's
Good day. Didn't have to go to work today.
Yeah.
We're fantastic.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we're gonna start off here with Jazz. We got some questions lined up for you. So you said you have watched a few of our episodes. I do much appreciate that. But we're just gonna shoot some questions and just answer them to the best of your ability, you know. And don't be afraid to go off topic and theory craft or anything else like that. You know, if you got something you want to bring up, by all means do so. But anyway,
All right.
OG's going to start off with us if he can still read.
Jazz, I can. It's Monday. I can read today. I can't read tomorrow. I had to think about it though.
All right.
So Jazz, what kind of interested you in Star Citizen? What motivated you to try the game out for the first time?
I remember I was on YouTube just scrolling and I saw a video come up and I'm like, oh, what's this? I don't know who it was, but I was just watching and I was like shocked by like how detailed it was. They were like, I think they were in Microtech and they were taking the train to the hangars and stuff, and I was like, what is this game and how have I not heard of it? But that was in like 2021 and I didn't get a PC until the beginning of this year, and so I couldn't do anything, and I was like, really? Like, I keep telling myself I'm gonna buy a PC, and as soon as I get it, I'm like Star Citizen. But like, I just saw it just scrolling on YouTube.
So
that's awesome.
So Star Citizen again made you want to get a PC just so you could play it? Is that
I mean,
how
I
you...
did always want a PC, but then that made me want to get one more because I was like, that fucking game. Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
What
yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to the club. Well, congrats on joining the PC Master Race.
I know.
Right.
Congrats. Rip to my Xbox. Have not touched it in so long.
As we have all.
I probably have not turned on my Xbox in well over a year, and my PS5 probably even longer. So.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
Mine is sitting in that closet.
They're freaking paperweights right now is what they are.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So how about sharing your initial impression from loading into the game of Star Citizen? What was that like for us?
Well, I chose Area 18 because I was like, oh, this place, because I watched a video on like all the different, locations, and I was like, Area 18 looks like Cyberpunk. I want to go there.
Yep.
And I did, and I loaded in, and I was just walking around. I was like, where am I going? There's no signs. I was like trying so hard, just random alleyways. Like, I eventually found the hangars after probably like 30 minutes. And then I'm at the hangar, and I'm like, how do I get my ship now? And I was just like, what is going on? There's no instructions anywhere.
Right.
Like, it was weird.
Thank God for the new player experience now for those people.
Yeah.
I know. They would do that after I figure everything out.
After we figure it out. I didn't get that treatment either.
I didn't either. So, like, my first experience was, again, I saw it on TikTok, and I was like, man, what is this game? And then that's when, like, I started looking up on YouTube and stuff like that. But my very first, like, login time was at Microtech. But now, like, anytime we get like a character wipe or something like that, I always go straight to Area 18 because right outside the Habs is the gun store and the armor shop, and then right around the corner is the medical, and that's on your way to the hangars. So it's like I can just boom, 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 and then go, and like I'm out the door kind of thing. And I like that because Hurston does not have that at all. Lorville. No. Microtech is also not only a maze, but has very limited supply when it comes to actually like good like weapons and armor. And then Crusader is for all you bougie people. So that's how I think of it anyway. But what you brushing your shoulders off for?
Area 18 and North Center are my two favorite places.
Area 18 all the way. Like that is.
Yeah, I agree. Area
So-
18 is fantastic, and there's turtles in Area 18.
Turtles, that's right.
Last time me and
Oh my
Jazz played,
God.
we went on a turtle
We
hunting
went
mission.
on like a hunt to find those things.
That's
was-
insane.
It was so we were sitting in the spaceport,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a group of people huddled by the terminals over there at Seraphim, and we're like, what
Yeah.
is going on over there? So we go to look, and there's these two turtles sitting there, and we're like, when the hell did turtles get here?
They've been in the game for quite a while.
Yeah, and apparently you told me this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably because I don't listen to you, but
No.
we went on this race to go find turtles, and ended up finding like 6 turtles on this cart next to Dumpers Depot,
Yep.
and it's right beside like a soup shop.
Yep.
So they were gonna cook those. We saved those turtles.
Saved them.
we
But
saved.
didn't we find out that you can get them from Seraphim?
Yes, we
Yeah.
did.
You can?
We went all the way there. Yeah, in the cargo area.
Go to the
Oh, no
cargo
kidding. I
thing.
didn't know that. I
Yep,
didn't know they stuck them in there.
down, right, and then they got like that little secret room. Same thing over there at
Oh, they're in the little like back alley
Yes.
lounge kind of thing
yes,
under the cargo
yes.
boxes. Okay, I got
Yep.
it. I wonder if they're
Yeah.
like that in all the cargo centers. That'd be interesting.
I'm gonna start checking them now.
But hey, for the listeners, why don't y'all comment down below and tell us what your favorite spawn-in location is and why? We want to hear it. But
Heck
moving
yeah.
right along, what aspects of the game, such as like graphics or just overall like scope or vision of the game, stood out to you the most?
I mean, I would say probably like the graphics were one, like just seeing how crazy good it looked, but also just like, yeah, like how open world it was, because like there's not really any other game like it where you have
Yeah.
like a little hub and then you got all these cities and so
Right.
much to do. Like it was just shook me how like detailed it was and
No
all
load
the different
screens.
options.
No.
Yeah, oh my god, yes,
No loading
that's
screens.
that one was crazy. Like if you look at Starfield, you just load screen everywhere. And then in this game, it's just like no
Yeah.
load screen. It's
I think
just-
I think I've mentioned this before, but like Starfield, I think I played like the first intro mission, and like to where you get to your spaceship and go wherever it is, the first place that you go to, and like after that, I was just like, yeah, I'm not sold on this game. Like, thank God
Yeah,
I
I
was
was-
able to download it for free on a Microsoft PC thing.
Yeah,
Star
I was
Citizen
exact-
has spoiled
Yeah.
me.
Absolutely.
yeah, like going from, I guess if you never played Star Citizen, you played Starfield, it would be like, whoa, this is insane. But from Star Citizen and then playing Starfield, I did the same. I played maybe an hour or two and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm deleting this. I've got Star Citizen.
And I was really excited about it because I love Fallout, I love Bethesda, and I just wasn't my cup of tea.
I wasn't necessarily excited for it. I was more on the edge of caution of anything because of game hype. You know, like
That's what it was.
it really is like, so I've been playing games ever since the Atari. But anyway, so coming up through all of the different consoles, all the way to the current gen of whatever, like especially over the last like decade or so, maybe even more, like a new game comes out and they have all these trailers and they make it look real good and everything like that. And then when you get into the game, sometimes they hit their mark, but most of the time they don't, you know, and it's just like so managing expectations with a game is very, it's something like you really need to get like doing, I feel, you know, and like at least that's what I
Yeah.
try to do is manage my expectations of what a game is going to be versus what they sell it as, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but anyway,
Yeah.
next one, OG.
I got you. Were there
Number
any
4.
specific challenges or learning curves that you encountered as a new player in Star Citizen?
Yeah, like everything. Like, and also because I guess I was new to PC, so like keyboard and mouse was sort of new as
Yeah.
well, and like all the buttons. But like that game, oh, there's so many keybinds, and like
it's-
I'm still learning stuff every time I play. But like, what was the most challenging? Probably, I guess like learning to fly. and like
Yeah.
being able to use the star map, like that was kind of confusing. I had Cloak like with me for a few days, just like
Yeah.
showing me how to do everything, which helped a lot. But
Landing
Yeah,
was
like-
my issue.
Landing.
oh yeah,
Landing. Like in hangars,
Oh.
landing was my issue.
Oh, dude, I just
That-
get a
that-
third person view on that and just.
Man, I got a 60%. I'm not finna function F4 because I'm gonna
Yeah.
alt F4 by accident. I've stopped using third person. I have completely stopped using it.
Really?
Completely. I refuse.
Just because you think
Refuse.
you're gonna alta for
The
yourself.
reason is because the only time that I usually use F4 is when I function Alt F4 to close out of a game that usually is crashing on me, right? So what is wired in my brain now is
Muscle
third
memory.
person.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, it does not matter. I can sit there and tell myself, do not press Alt, just F4. I'm gonna do it anyway. Do
yeah.
it anyway.
That's
Yeah, I
horrible,
remember
man.
I was scared of landing too, and Cloak's there like, you've got this. And I remember every time, like, when I was playing solo, I'd land somewhere and I'd be like, I'd send him a screenshot, be like, Cloak, look, I landed, like, are you proud of me? And he'd be like, great. That's so great. But, like, I was so excited. And then now I guess, like, I mean, I can do it fine, but that was scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's-
did not want to blow up.
It gets terrifying, and I know last time we were on, we were doing some dog fighting, which was pretty new to you too. And it looked like you got a good kick out of that. So
Oh yeah, and the turrets. I love the turrets. I mean, I can't fly and shoot at the same time, but if I want a turret, oh, watch
You
out.
got this. Yeah.
Yeah.
it just takes practice.
Yeah,
It just takes practice.
that's also what I love is now like taking, if I'm with Crow or someone and I just get in their bigger, way bigger ship, because I've only got a 300, but I'll get in their bigger ship and I'll just start like flooring it, and Crow's sitting there like, slow down, slow down. I'm like, I got this. I just love it.
Oh,
Yeah, those bigger ships are a totally different beast when it comes to flying those, especially with like speed and everything like that. Because it's just,
Yeah.
I love it. I can't
Yeah.
wait for the Perseus. I'm gonna love being in that sucker. So
that's gonna be cool. Jazz, by the time you get back from your vacation and all that, you should be able to fly Vintages. It's gonna be a couple years from now. So
I know there's gonna be so many new things I'm gonna miss out on, but I'll take it for a spin.
I'm just putting
yeah.
out shots of Vintage. Yeah.
yeah, he's trying to make me think that my ship's not gonna be out for a couple of years, which is a very real possibility that it could be. But you know, we never know. But going right into number 5, which you may have answered this already, but it's what was your favorite in-game moment or experience thus far?
Ooh, there's been a few like with everyone, just like fun times, but the one that's popping in my head because it's the most recent, but it was with me and Crow and his little, the ambulance little ship. What's it called?
The
I'm so bad
Pisces
with
or
shows.
the Cuddy Red?
The bigger one.
The Cuddy Red.
that's-
Yeah.
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 Anyways, we're like coming back to Seraphim. He's got his little hangar. We're going into land, and there's this one guy, and he's trying to block us from getting in there. So Crow just straight dives into him, slams this other guy into the station. He explodes. I don't know how we did it. We got off so lucky, and this guy just blew to pieces. He got no crime stat. 'Cause I don't know
Oh my
how. And then
God.
we just landed. But that's the one that's coming to mind because
That sounds exactly like Crow.
Yeah,
That
it
was
sounds like
hilarious.
That's like to a T.
I know. I was like, Crow, what are you doing? Just let him have it. And he's like, I got this. But it was
famous
so
last
good. And
words.
I got a recording of that. That was so good.
Oh my god.
Oh
Oh,
my goodness.
But like, yeah, I just love like just going out and finding, like, we'll have a I guess aim for what we want to do, but then everything just goes
off rails.
wherever, and,
Yeah.
and you just experience some fun stuff.
It's always good times though. That's when
Yeah.
you find like the better moments. Is like, yeah, we're gonna go try and do this, and then it totally does not end up being that. But it's always
Which
still
is
fun.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
Heck yeah.
OG.
I got you. How have you found the community and player interactions within Star Citizen? Have you had a bunch of? Have you went and joined like during like Siege of Orison or
Nah,
platforms?
that's
and just,
a later question.
I random six.
I know. Go on.
No. How have you found? How have you found the community and player interactions within Star Citizen?
I found it really good. Like, because when I first started and I didn't know anything, I just joined the Star Citizen Discord, and I just put like, "Can someone help me? Like, I'm so new. Like, I don't know what anything is, what I'm doing." And then there was quite a few people actually messaging me like, "We have an org, you can join." And then I'm so glad that, because Demias was one of them, and I just replied to his one, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll join. And then I met everyone like in the org who's been so good and like so fun to play with, and like because now there's we play other games as well, not just Star Citizen, so I've got like a group of PC friends now, and which is good. And I always say like I'm so glad that I got back to Demias's message and none of the others like.
It's like,
But like
on
I feel
gas.
like yeah, like everyone I've met through the game or in the game have been pretty good. Like it's
That's awesome.
I haven't really seen
That's
like the
awesome.
toxic side, but
Yeah, and there's not very much of that. I don't think I've ever, especially like
really.
in the game, never ever seen that.
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
people just can't fly and they run into you because they can't shoot you down. You know.
yeah.
But
Oh, there was one little instance actually with DC. We were on just a little planet. He was, I don't know, looting these little buildings. I was just sitting in his ship, and all I hear is we start taking off. But I was on my phone, and I'm just lying on the floor on the ship, and I'm on my phone, and we're taking off. I'm like, where are we going? And he's like, what do you mean? I'm looting. And I'm like, well, wait a second. And I look up, and there's this random person in like the hospital like suit sitting in the ship flying us, and I was freaking. I was like, what do I do? And all I hear is the self-destruct going off, and I'm like, so this person gave me no choice, that I had to kill them and get a crime stat or let us self-destruct. So I did it. I killed him, saved the ship, but then I got a crime stat. I was like, wow. This
Did
guy
y'all
must
clear
just
it?
go around. Yeah, we did. But I was like,
Nice.
this guy must just go around just trolling everyone, like, because he's giving you no
That's
choice.
Well,
Yeah.
when DC hears this episode, shame on him for leaving his doors open.
I know. I didn't
So-
realize, like, he just left them wide open.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Man.
That's why we shut our doors and lock our windows.
Exactly.
It's horrible.
it is. Jets, what ships have you had the opportunity to pilot, and which ones did you enjoy the most?
Ooh, I've flown quite a few, but okay, so I'm still bad with names. But I mean, my main one is the 300. I upgraded it, my little starter pack to it, which I love. It's just fun for like little everyday things.
It is.
But I did fly Crow's 890 just a little bit. He was nervous to let me, but I did just a little bit in like the middle of nowhere. That was fun. But I can't imagine trying to land that anywhere. But
It's a pain in the butt.
It is.
yeah, I bet. What else? I mean, there's a few. I've flown the little Cutlass Red and stuff, and what's that one? That Crow had that. Is it called like a star something?
Starfarer, maybe?
I don't know. It's like big and it's like real. Like, oh my god, I'm so bad with names, guys. Like, I can't think of it, but he had it or has one, and it's just.
I'm trying to think
I don't
of
know.
which
It's,
one we're talking about.
yeah, I don't.
Does it
know
do
he's got-
anything specific?
Oh, it's the one that has the like. No, it's not that one. It's like, I don't remember.
No,
I haven't seen
okay.
it in a while,
No
so I don't know
worries.
if Chris wears it. But
No worries.
yeah, I've flown also the one. Also don't remember the name, but that has the chest piece that opens up the little secret.
NSR.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
that
MSR.
flown that. A few others, but I mean none of them are mine because I am too poor for those.
No,
I just
they
fly
are
everyone
yours.
else's.
Everyone in this org, we all, if you want a ship
Yeah.
and we have it, you'll be more than welcome to
Yeah, that's
Mikasa
like-
es Sukasa.
That's it.
That's like the good thing. Everyone's like real good with like just letting you experience all these cool ships. They're not
Yeah,
like,
we're not gonna
no.
lose nothing. Other
Yeah,
than
for
to
real.
claim it if you blow it up, but we don't care about that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
like
should see how many ships I blow up.
You should have
With
seen how many
other people
times
in
he's
them.
blown me up in one day.
oh my god.
I think the record is like 3 or 4.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Once
Well,
there
it's
was
his
one time it
fault.
was
I
back to
mean-
back. One he just
Yeah.
slapped ran straight into me. The other time he was like, "Oh, I want to see if these blades on this alien ship work." I think that's like the third time that we brought this up in this whole entire freaking podcast. But you know, whatever.
Oh, but it's hilarious.
I'm still a little
Look,
sore about it.
Science. Okay, that's the only
That
thing
wasn't
I'm gonna
science.
science.
That was just
science.
pure stupidity.
You're gonna test
Science.
subject.
Just like how we put the turtle out in space to see if it can breathe. Science.
Oh yeah, we did do that. We did. I forgot about that. He was perfectly fine too, by the way, for y'all who
Yeah.
want to know.
But when I take my helmet off, I can't breathe. Ooh.
I posted that on the I posted that photo on the Instagram.
Yeah.
But
I think we posted it in Spectrum too, didn't we?
not in Spectrum, no. Spectrum. You talking about on the
The,
Discord?
No, our size like community chat.
Oh yeah, I did. I made
Yeah.
a
We
Spectrum.
need to look at that. See if anyone looked at it.
They have, or well, not a CIG dev anyway, but I don't expect them to because it's just a silly post is all it was.
It's science. It's not
Yeah.
silly.
Exactly.
But Jazz, have you participated in any in-game events? And if so, what was the experience like?
Yeah, I have. Which one was it? Oh my god, there's so many going right now on the Discord, but I haven't been to any recent ones because I've been so busy moving and stuff. But
I'm more
ones?
referring about like the ones that are
Oh,
ran by actual like the dynamic events is what they call them. So there's Siege, there's Xeno, there's the Blockade Runner, and Jump Town.
oh yeah, no, okay, I get you.
So
no,
there's the
I've
four.
done I done the Siege one.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty fun. It was quite buggy though, and it was me and DC trying to do that.
Was that
But it was
recently?
fun. Just- Yeah, like
Okay.
a few months ago.
Okay.
But that was pretty fun. And then I've done Jump Town a little bit,
Okay.
which has been cool. But those are really the only two I've kind of done. Oh, I did the. Does it count as an event with when the javelin came through? Was that an event or no?
Oh,
That's just
for
like a-
Invictus launch week? Yeah, you could. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. We'll
Yeah.
throw that in there. That is pretty
that
cool.
was fun. I was just excited to see a javelin. That was so cool.
Do that
But-
and the Bengal carrier.
I know.
Huge.
And when they
Yeah.
would just show up with the fireworks, that was sick.
So
I loved it.
Insane.
I think some of my more favorite times have been with Jump Town, and me and I think I've told this story before, but me and Demias decided to sneak into Jump Town. It was just the two of us, like nobody else was on, so we were just like, "What are we gonna do?" And I'm like, let's go sneak into Jump Town, see what's going on." So we came in like 45 kilometers away, touched down, got into a cyclone, and drove all the way there. And we come up, and it was on Yella. And it was, so you had this mountain, right, that just kind of did like a U shape around the area. And so we came on the back side of the mountain, and we parked like at the foot of the hill or whatever, and we trucked all the way to the top of the mountain. And we had rail guns and sniper rifles, and this was back when you could carry more than just two on your back and still swap weapons or whatever. So we were able to have an actual rifle, like a regular like assault rifle or whatever. But anyway, so we had a decent loadout, and we just sat there and watched the mayhem unfold. There was an 890 getting blown up for whatever stupid reason that was brought in. A2 dropping bombs like there's no tomorrow. Dog fights happening like right above our heads, like we're hoping we don't get shot by stray bullets and stuff like that. Like they were close, and it was ridiculous, and it was fun as all get out. But that was one of my more memorable moments, at least with Jumptown anyway.
Yeah,
So-
that sounds sick.
Heck yeah.
It was a fun time to try and stay hidden. So,
You ended to watch.
oh yeah, we just sat there and we just watched. And because this was before they did the update on Jumptown, so you only still had the one entrance, and the entrance was on the opposite side of us. So even if we wanted to snipe at somebody, we didn't have very much of a window. And
Yeah.
we didn't really want to move at the time because there was probably like 4 or 5 fighters flying around, and they were getting awfully close to us, so we weren't sure if they were seeing us or not. So we kind of just tried to stay hidden for the most part. But
I
oh,
can
yeah.
tell you, if you don't move, you can't be seen. From the previous events that the org has ran, impossible.
Oh yeah, yep, I remember those. Those were fun too.
Oh, that was a blast.
But so Jazz, how long have you been playing Star Citizen, roughly?
So I got it in February 2023.
Okay.
What is it now? December. So yeah, almost a year. But yeah, since
Okay.
February.
So just under a year. So that kind of set the stage for the next question that I was going to ask, which was, as a newcomer, what kind of advice would you give to somebody who's like just starting out with the game, like, and having to deal with kind of all those woes and everything like that? Like, what would be the best piece you could give somebody?
I would say definitely finding a couple people to play with, like, would make it so much easier that are a bit more experienced. Like, they'll be able to show you all kinds of things. I guess, like, because if you're new, you come in, kind of start figuring it out for yourself. Like, it's going to be a
Yeah.
lot slower to learn all these things. But, like, with someone else, it's just going to make it, like, a lot more fun. And because I feel like it could be easy for someone to just load in and be like, oh, I don't know what to do. Like, I kind of just don't want to play this game because, you know, they don't know
Yeah.
what to do. But, like, definitely at least a couple people that you can find, like, even just in the Star Citizen Discord, that's what I did. Just
Yeah.
find someone. There's lots of people in there always, like, taking on new players, wanting to show them. But, I mean, that's what I would do.
I agree
We've
with
taken
you.
on quite a few new people, and
Yeah.
and kind of showed them the ropes and got them up to snuff and everything like that. I got the game like literally for my brother's birthday. What was it, last year? I bought him a PC, like put it together, custom made one and
Damn.
everything like that, and then gifted him a game package, right? And he played 4 hours and has not picked it up since.
Damn.
And I was with him, and I was like, dude, let me just show you around. Let me show you the ropes. He's like, this is a lot. He's like, this is an absurd amount, a lot. He's like, trying to do anything in this game is going to take a lot of time. He's like, I don't have that kind of time. He's like, I get up from my games, like playing like Call of Duty or whatever. OG, are you playing with something, OG?
My
That's your mouse
pad.
pad. Dude, I was like, what is that moving on your screen? I was
It's my mouse pad.
Snake.
I'm glad you didn't say, "OG, what is that?" Because I would have just fucking left. God. God.
Oh, anyway, but he was totally turned off by it. And then another guy that I brought in, he was just like, yeah, this is a lot. He's like, but thanks for showing me around. But he also said that he's waiting on his buddy to get the game, and I don't even know if that's ever going to happen, but it's whatever, you know, but he hasn't. Yeah, it's a lot to it.
It
But
is.
Yeah.
It is.
OG,
Yeah.
Which number were we on?
we were on number 10.
How do you see the potential for role playing and immersion within the game world?
Oh my god, there's like a lot. Yeah, you can do you can do a lot of roleplay. Like, I mean, we have had events where it's like roleplay type events, and they're like always fun. Like, I mean, yeah, like it's really easy to roleplay in this game. Like,
I feel that
You know?
it is. Yeah, I feel it, like right now. I feel like it doesn't take a whole lot, but I feel like later down the road, when they implement a lot more tech and stuff like that, I feel like it's going to make things a lot more immersive and maybe a little bit easier, but
Yeah, like, because what is it they have been saying about, like, the engineering side of stuff, like, on ships and all of that, you know, that they want to do? Like, I guess that'll be kind of cool eventually if you can get, like, a full crew and if you're, like, you know, RPing and have someone sit in that area or doing that. Yeah, like, it'll be really cool. Like, it's just going to keep getting more immersive.
I was talking to Demias about that with the whole, oh crap, I forgot what they even called it. Resource management. They call it resource management. But we were talking about how, like, all of us were going to be, like, on a ship or whatever, and we are going to be in the middle of a space battle. And he was going to go over comms and be like, engineering, I need more shields, or I need more engine power, or whatever. He's like, I'm really hoping Rimfire just gets it and goes, I'm giving her all she's got, Captain. You know? Just like, I'd be done. I'd be over it. I would... We'd probably blow up at that point because everybody'd be laughing, but I mean, it would be great. It would be totally.
I hope Rim sees this.
I do too. But
That'll be so
oh
good.
my goodness.
For any of the Trekkies out there, because I'm definitely one. But anyway,
Spinach ain't got no gas in it.
oh crap! What's that movie called again? Oh. The one that you just said the line from.
Sling Blade.
There you go. Thank you.
Hey, Mini Vintage here. I just want to say thank you for all those that listen to this podcast. It means a lot to me and my dad. Make sure to like and subscribe. Also, check the description down below for all our socials. 07 Citizens.
All right. So we left off on question number 11, OG. So that way you know where we're at.
I forget.
I know you will. What professions or gameplay aspects have you explored or interested in trying out?
Okay, so I guess, like, I've kind of done a little bit of each thing, like, you know, different type of contracts and stuff. But I do kind of want to try more, like, the bounty hunting side, because I haven't really done that a lot. It's been like, it is fun when you're with, like, a group and you just go and destroy everyone or whatever you're going after, which is fun. But I mean, I kind of want to get into that a little bit, but I have enjoyed, like, if I'm just playing solo, I kind of like doing the little box missions, just flying around, playing music, just
Chill.
those are pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if I'm just bored and I just want to get on, like, I'll just go do those. Get to go to little moons.
that
But
No, you don't.
I would say one of my favorites, actually, which I feel like kind of weird, but I love escaping the prison. Like, I love that. It is so
Going through the
fun,
jumping
like,
puzzle?
I know, like, there was this one time, it was a few months ago, there was a lot of us. It was DC, Cloak, like, we were all in prison and we were all just trying to get out. And Crow was our little, like, chauffeur. He was trying to, you know, wait.
Getaway driver.
Yeah, like, it was either someone would die falling, would get out and then get shot down, or just all these things happen. It took so long to get us all out, but that I love. Like, just recently, I actually got myself put back into prison just so I could do it again. And I had Crow come pick me up. Who was I with? I was with someone as well. Was it?
I don't know.
Who was it with?
Novocaine?
No, it wasn't one of the newer people. Was it?
No.
It wasn't you, OG. It was
No,
someone.
it wasn't me. Because I
But
can't
we
get
just-
you out of prison. I can't do a fucking jump puzzle for shit. I just really...
No, you were in prison recently and I got your butt out, I think.
Yeah. Do you not remember how long it took?
Not that long, because
It was
I think it was
a while.
DC and Novocaine or somebody.
No. I'm thinking of when I did it with DC. When I was with DC, I died like 9 times.
Yeah, okay,
trying to
but
get out.
because of that, on the most recent attempt of you solo trying to get out of prison, you did it within like a couple of tries, and by the time I got there, your butt was already outside of prison, I think.
It was a
I'm pretty-
miracle that happened.
I'm pretty sure it was you.
The
Yes.
miracle.
I don't know. Whatever.
Miracle.
Yeah, no, I love the prison escape. It's just so fun.
Maybe I'm thinking of DC. I don't know. You know how many times? Like, I try to keep my butt out of prison because I hate it. Because
I love prison.
I will just go in there and mine and do the missions and get myself out the normal way.
Nope.
Because I can't do the jump puzzle and I don't remember which way to go and all. I'm just like, ugh. I don't even. Nope.
I love prison. I go to the deep route, deep depths of a route till there's no comms. And I knock everyone out until I find a knife. And then I start stabbing people.
And you just steal all the
Masochist.
oils.
Everyone
Okay,
between like depth 9 and lower are all dead by the time I get there. Or leave. I killed them all. Yeah.
All right. So, definitely cold-hearted criminal. How about number 12, OG? We're going to.
Jazz, what are your thoughts on the ongoing development and the roadmap for Star Citizen?
I mean, I always say this to everyone. Like, I always say how we're all gonna be dead by the time this game fully comes. like seriously. But no, I mean, I think it. I'm excited for like everything they've been saying, especially the new like Squadron 42, and that looks really cool. But
Yes.
like, cause I haven't heard much about it, but I did hear a while ago they were wanting to make Area 18 like the whole planet. Was it explorable, the whole thing? Which
Yeah.
I was shocked about.
I don't know if they're gonna do. I know they're talking about building interiors, but as of yet, like, so I want to say that as of December 11th of this recording, the roadmap showed that there was work on building interiors and freight elevators finishing up sometime this month, right, of December.
Oh.
Now, hang on before you get excited. That does not mean that in the next
coming
patch that it's coming out. That's not what that means. That just means that the work scheduled at that time is supposed to be finishing up. That does not mean that it is completed and ready for release. They still have other like downstream things that they may have to do and things like that. So that's not what, by any means, does that mean that that whole project is done. It could, but that's not necessarily what it's implying. But yeah, they to go further into that, they've talked about building interiors, but they haven't gone into like what that could possibly mean. You know what I mean? Like, is it just going to be like a couple of interiors for like the persistent habs? And they were talking about like the different floors would have like side missions on them that you could go and do and stuff like that, and hack or you know, things like that. But as far as if they were to do building interiors for something as big as like Area 18, I don't know if they would have the resources capable enough to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, would that be cool? Absolutely. Like, if they could make that entire planet explorable, but
That'd be nuts.
that's
Yeah.
a lot, you know,
That
and
would
that
be
would be a lot
nuts.
of work too. So I'm not saying that it's not going to happen, but as far as like hearing anything on it, like about
Yeah.
whether or not that is, like, that's still up in the air. But I mean, the game's still in development too, as it is. So any of that stuff could change at any point in time. So, but
Yeah, one thing like I always think to myself about is how like they, you know, they're always saying we're gonna do this and all these crazy things. I like sometimes get worried. I'm like, I just hope they don't like overload themselves with all these things that they want to do and then just like, you know, do like a half-assed job on it, or like, you know, ruin something else sort of thing. Like, I just hope
Yeah.
that they kind of know what they're gonna be doing and they've got like a plan and they don't, just like overload themselves with things.
I think that if they are going to implement something, it is definitely not going to be half-assed. They're going to do it the best way possible. And they usually are pretty thorough about it. Now, as far as So 322 kind of has a halfway semi introduced version of the structural salvage part of it, right? So when you go in and break down the ship, it turns into like pixie dust or whatever, and you vacuum it up, right? Well, that's not really how they wanted to do it, but this was the way that they were able to do it as of now. Until the Maelstrom system comes in, they didn't want to have to go through and do all this design element and everything like that, and then have to go back into that when Maelstrom came out to revitalize how that gameplay mechanic works. So they kind of gave us a little something of it that just kind of works right now as kind of like a placeholder until this said system comes out that they can actually finish the structural salvage. So some people could consider that half-assed, but it was also like, hey, we're trying to be nice and give y'all something towards the end of the year that y'all can, different kind of gameplay mechanic. Yeah. But they also did it was for the fact that we could start giving them feedback on it and things like that, so they can kind of learn for when they do implement it on a more of a fully released portion of it, to where they can kind of go in there and get it done and hopefully get it out quicker and more complete at that time. So that's just one of those things that I've been hearing from watching like ISC and reading staying up to date with that. So it's a lot of stuff to keep track of. What did you just grab? What you got there, Hoji? You got some cookies?
Mm-hmm.
Snacking.
Rod hell.
Oh my god. So bugs in the game.
Bugs.
Yep, bugs in the game. Have you encountered any and the issues during your game time, and how did you handle them? Or what were the worst ones?
I guess. Holy. Okay.
I feel like, every time I play, there's always some sort of bug that's that you'll experience. But lately a lot of them have been a little less. But because when did I join? It was right at the end of 3.17, I think it was.
Yeah, right before the tremendous collapse of 3.18.
Yep. But I guess there's always the train shuttles sometimes not showing up, or they're there but there's nothing, you can't see it, and then as soon as it takes off it appears, and you're like, really?
Yep.
There's always bugs, to handle them, I guess you kind of just gotta ignore them,
yeah.
You just gotta push through it. Yeah, you gotta push through it. You can't really do much, honestly. Most of them lately haven't been too bad.
Yeah.
You can still get on with what you're wanting to do, but yeah, there's always bugs that you'll experience.
Yeah.
But
my favorite the game's just trams when they crash into each other.
Oh my god.
I wouldn't necessarily call that a favorite. That's more like a mild heart attack in the game. There's been times that I've had to fallen through those. This was a couple patches ago, but yeah, I've
Yeah, there was one just recently, and I was in Crow's 890, and he's giving me the tour. I was so excited, and I was walking through the ship, and then it, out of nowhere, just flew me through all these walls in the ship, and it put me into the mid-bay room. And at one point I got incapped, and he didn't have any mid pins. He ended up getting me up, but then I was stuck. I couldn't move, couldn't use my camera or anything, so had to go incap again. And it kind of fixed itself. But I don't know if it's happened to anyone else, but every time I walk past this one spot in a ship, it flings me through the walls.
That's crazy.
There's nothing I can do. Yeah, that was weird. I was freaking out because I'd just been to the store and bought all these guns, and I'm like, don't let me die, bro. I just spent all this money.
Dude,
Oh, that's
the
insane.
probably one of the most recent bugs in 321.1 that I've experienced that have annoyed the crap out of me. It always tends to happen, excuse me, when I go to like eat and drink for my character. And then when I get done, like I'm stuck in like free look mode for whatever stupid reason. And so like I'll be trying to run straight, but my character's like looking this way, you know, to the left or whatever. And so it's like I'm sitting here trying to like move it all around, and I was like, man, what in the world? And then finally Demise was like, you need an ADS. I was like,
ADS?
aim down sights.
Oh yeah.
I was
yeah,
like, get
yeah.
out. I was like, okay. So I pulled out my multi-tool, aimed down, and just aimed it real quick. And sure enough,
Fixed.
it
That's
fixed
insane.
it. Like there was some kind of like, I don't know what it is, like why it puts you in that state from eating and drinking, and then why it fixes it from aiming down sights. Like I don't understand it. But
Yeah.
it's for as long as we've been playing the game, it's like excuse me again. You always find these stupid little bugs and then these silly little workarounds.
Yeah.
And I don't know how we find them. I guess it's just trial and error or something like that. But I mean, it is pretty awesome.
There's like the other ones as well where like you'll take out like say a drink from your inventory, it's not there. And you just can't get it out. Like it or it'll be like something will be in your hand, stuck in your hand, and you just can't drop it. Like that those ones are annoying.
Oh, for the longest time, I was not able to eat or drink. And the only way that I was able to do it was to place it on the ground and then pick it up. And that was if it didn't fall through the dang surface or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was just like,
Yeah.
ugh. That was, yeah.
My biggest bug that I've dealt with is not being able to call for a hanger.
Oh,
I've told you how to fix that.
I don't want to have to go right up to the door because I don't know if I can even fit in this door. Like if I'm in like the 600 or something and I have to go find a hanger, be like, I could probably fit in there. Let me try calling. I'm not doing all that. I should be able, when I see that little red thing, little notification up top, call for it then, and then so I can go to that hanger.
what about that recent one where at Orison you'd call for it but nothing would happen, and so everyone was just
That's what he's talking
hijacking each
about.
other's hangers? Yeah,
That's
oh,
it.
That's what he's talking
yeah,
about.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
is it.
That one was annoying. I would just I'd see someone coming out. Oh, that's me. Take it.
So,
Yeah.
OG, I don't mean to sound like a little brat, but for the most part, like I know what size the hangers are when you're looking at the deal, and you just anyway. Moving on, we're gonna go on to question
You
number
ain't flying, you ain't riding, son.
number 14. What's your take on the level of detail and realism in the game, or what it aims to achieve?
I think it's really good. Like when I was still really new, I was in a bunker with Cloak, I think, and you know he's all serious, like we need to kill these guys, and I'm standing there looking at the floor, like where you can see through the metal like grates, and you can just see these little like pipes and everything, and it's so detailed, and all the steam. Sorry.
No worries.
Sorry, just got that. Anyways, but yeah, so the detail, like, all the pipes under the floor, and you can just see the steam coming out. And I'm just standing there, like, Cloak, like, look at this detail in the floor. Like, no one looks at the stuff, and they've still put it here. And he's like, yep, like, it's pretty crazy. Like, everything
It's like,
they
yeah,
do
I've
in the
seen
game.
it.
Like, yeah, like, but like everything they do in that game, it's just like they think of everything, and
It's nuts.
they put in all the
Yeah.
detail that they can.
I am.
It is made.
What?
You good?
I said I'm really excited for the space whales and the ground cap. Yeah, that.
Thanks, Wills, man. I can speak well, in case you didn't know.
I'm sure you could. Anyway, but like I guess it was Cal's I don't know that they showed during CitizenCon. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it looked like
Something like
eggs
that.
on the belly or something. I don't know what that was, but there's so
Space
many
odors.
twisted idea of an animal. But that's what I'm really looking forward to is like actual animals and the ones that. So they talked about like the pyro space crab and like a couple other like actual like huge animals that will come after you, like creatures and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and you actually got to fight them off and stuff. Like I think that's going to make it a whole lot more dynamic, but definitely
Heck
adds
yeah.
to filling the world. And I really hope that they get these whole NPC things taken care of because that kind of helps with the
Oh.
immersion as well.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Jazz, can you discuss your experiences with both PvE and PvP gameplay in the universe?
Yeah, so like lately I've kind of been just doing PvE. Like I love the bunkers and stuff.
Yeah.
Those are fun. Like those are cool to just, I guess experience the PvE side. But lately, oh my god, those NPCs in there have been
They have
buffed
been
so much, and it is like a horror game going in there like sometimes. But I mean, yeah, I like both sides of it. PvP a little bit more scary because it's an actual player, and
You
if
never
you're
know
like
what they're
trying
gonna
to
do.
exactly you're trying to shoot them down in their ship or something, like I mean it's kind of scary. But I've mainly been sticking to PvE lately, which
Ain't nothing wrong with
I
that.
just
Nothing wrong
yeah.
with that.
I just find that I don't know.
That's your cup of tea. That's
Yeah, yeah, ain't
probably
nothing
me
wrong
as
with it.
well. Other than like dogfighting, that's kind of my go-to for
Yeah,
all that stuff. PvE or PvP.
Yeah.
some of those players in those ships get ridiculous, and it's
Insane.
I'm just like, guys, this ain't like a Call of Duty thing, but
Exactly, it's not cold. You don't need to sweat.
yeah.
Man.
I mean, they go for it. There's people out there that I've seen videos, and these guys are just absolutely insane. And I mean, they are just using all the mechanics to their favor, and I'm just like, hey,
Freaky.
like, more power to you, bud.
Yeah.
But
Crazy.
what role do you think Star Citizen plays in pushing the boundaries of gaming technology and innovation?
Ooh, I mean, I feel like they're pretty up there with cause like I've never seen a game like what they're doing, and they're just constantly like every time they update and they're adding things, I'm just like, wow, like this is crazy. They're going all out for it, trying to make it the best game that they possibly can, and they're doing a really good job. Like yeah, there's no other game like Star Citizen, like
I agree.
This is true. This is all
With-
facts.
I'm kind of curious as to, like, after they have completed everything and the game actually gets released, like, if they're going to take this technology that they have basically innovated and come up with and perfected and tried and tested and all that, and start selling not necessarily the rights, but the ability for other gaming companies to use this tech, especially when it comes to like the server meshing and stuff like that. Because as far as like when it comes to like the PvP games, to where like like Apex, Call of Duty, Battlefield, things like that, like everybody always wants like these bigger maps and more people. Well, with server meshing tech would allow these games to do stuff like that on a much more grander scale. So there's no telling what they could do with that kind of tech and everything like that. But
oh yeah.
I definitely see.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, like, everything they do is just all original. Like, they're not copying anyone else, any other game. They're just
Someone
like,
else
we're
done
gonna
it.
do this, and then they'll do it.
Yeah.
Nope.
Like, and they listen to what people want as well. Like, they take the feedback and work on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, they do. And like I pay They have down at the bottom of their website, they have a dev tracker, right? And it'll post up anytime a dev responds or post or whatever. Anytime a dev goes on Spectrum, it will go there. And they don't I'm not going to say they're 100% accurate when it comes to like answering the questions to like what everybody always asks or whatever, but they do try to get out there and go, hey, you know, this is the answer to your question here. Or, can't really give too much detail, but this is kind of what we're working on, you know, stay tuned kind of thing, you know, like, and they try to be communicative. I think whatever.
Nope.
Who gives a crap? Moving on. Anyway, they try to talk to their community and keep them informed, you know, like nobody is going to be perfect at it. Like, and no company, as far as I'm concerned, like with the amount of games that I played and tried to follow, like as far as Star Citizen goes, like I've not seen to where they respond to their community as much as anybody else does. Like they are constantly reaching out, they're prioritizing, you know, game development content, you know, and posting that stuff out on Twitch and YouTube and things like, and I think those are great because I want to know about it. Like, hey, what are you doing? Like, I've invested money into this project. I want to know, you know, I'm not saying like I've invested tons of money because I don't have that kind of money, but I've put my money in and I want to know what's it going to, like, what are we doing? And to the best of their ability, without giving us too much away, you know, and spoiling it for us, they're divulging as much as they can without giving out all the info, you know what I mean? Because there's some things that they don't want to discuss until it's time or it's ready and things like that. Yeah. Because in the past, they would be like, oh, yeah, we're going to do this, 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 and this. And then it would never come and people would blow them up in the comments and just get mad hate about it. And that's why it had such a bad rep for being scam citizen. You know what I mean? And it was just like, you're taking a person's idea, like, this is what we want to do. And when they eventually get to it, that's when they get to it, you know? But what a lot of people don't understand, at least I feel like some of the community doesn't understand, it's like, you didn't pay to play a game, you paid to test a game to get it ready for release. That's what you're doing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's still in a pretty good state. It's in a good playable state for the most part. For most patches, they're pretty stable. So, but I'm gonna stop rambling because that's what I was getting into.
Yeah, no.
So,
how do you balance? How about you get out of my head?
How about you read that question?
How about you read
it? No, go ahead. Go ahead.
How do you balance exploration, and combat activities in your gameplay?
I mean, I guess it sort of depends what I'm doing. Like, if I'm just, say, doing those little box missions, I try and avoid combat as much as I can. Because, I mean, I'm only in a 300, so I'm like, I can't do anything against anyone else. But, like, I'll try and avoid it. But if I'm, like, going in to do combat sort of things, then, like, I just like to see what happens and where the game takes me, and I guess explore at the same time. But yeah, I just I basically just play and see what happens. Like, there's really not much you can do except just
kind of go
see
with
what
the flow.
happens.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, because that's where all the best times come from, is just whatever happens, and then sometimes it'll be good, sometimes it's bad, but you kind of just gotta let it do what it's gonna do and see what happens.
Like, exactly.
Yeah.
Have you been to any of like those weird like POIs like Benny Hinge and the Crash Javelin and that kind of stuff?
No, I've not been to any of those.
We gotta take you there. Okay.
I know. Yeah, I mean, I spend most of my time in Crusaders, but I've been to all the other systems, but I haven't done any of those, like,
so the Crash Javelin is on Daymar, and Benny Hinge is in the asteroid field of Yela.
See, I didn't even know that. I've never been there.
all Benny Hinge is, I'll go ahead and tell you what it is, but it's a pain in the butt. Some people probably find it real easy, but when I was going to look for it, it took us probably about 2 hours to get to, because we had to sit there and like triangulate different coordinates and things like that. But anyway, Benny Hinge is basically an asteroid, a big asteroid in the belt, and it has its own gravity for the little area that you're in, and it's just got a bunch of different soda machines on it, and then it's got a guy in the center that's like dead or whatever, and I don't know, it's kind of cool.
I don't think I've
It
seen
is.
that.
No, I don't think you've been there either. We need to go there.
I've been to the little Christmas tree on in Microtech.
Oh
Yeah.
That little Christmas tree. I've been there, but that's
Yep.
really about it.
We tried to have a sacrifice there last time I was there.
At the Christmas tree?
Mm-hmm. It was
In
actually,
Armistice?
I think about this time last year. Yeah, we were trying to burn Crow in the fire,
Oh my god.
and he was game for it. He's like, yeah.
Go
I'll
ahead.
do anything.
Crow, she calling you out. So, actually, we just went over question 18. Is there any in-game specific locations and planets that you found particularly intriguing? So we just went over that. But what would you say someone who's on the fence about trying Star Citizen about the first time? I know we talked about giving new players kind of like advice, but what would you say if somebody's like, yeah, I'm not really too sure. Like, what could you say to kind of like push them into the fire?
I would say well, if you're into those kind of games, definitely do it. Like if you're not sure about sort of space, maybe I would say watch, videos and sort of before you buy it. But I would say definitely to most people you should try it and just find a good group of people that can help you out, because there's endless things that you can do in the game. Like if you just ignore the bugs and all that, you can have so much fun in that game. I mean, sometimes even the bugs make it fun. Like
They can,
but
yeah, they have been
they
pretty
can.
hysterical.
Yeah, but I would say you just gotta I guess it is one thing watching a video, but when you do experience it, it's just that much,
It's a whole new
different. Yeah, I would say you gotta try it.
I think the bugs
Yes.
have turned into memes on some of them.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all watched this. OG, I know you did, but Jazz, I don't know about you. But during CitizenCon, when they were first starting, people were literally standing on chairs, T-posing the entire time because that's what the NPCs do. So they were just like, "Oh, this would be funny," and they do it. You know what I mean? It's just like
Yeah.
so.
It was
Yeah,
hilarious.
The bugs can be fun, to be honest, and
They can be.
most of them they're pretty easy to just kind of ignore and get around. But yeah, I would say definitely do it. Get the game.
Absolutely. Cool deal.
Heck yeah. Jazz, as a new player, what are your hopes and expectations for the future of Star Citizen, and where do you see the game heading?
Ooh, actually, I just hope that they release it before I die. No. I just hope that when they do release it, it's they've done really, they do everything that they say they're gonna do,
Yeah.
and which I'm sure they will, and
Eventually.
they'll do it really great. Yeah, I guess. Oh, I haven't really thought about that too much, but
Yeah.
I mean, where do I see it hitting? I just see it becoming one of the I don't know, one of the best games ever. Seriously,
Yeah.
if they do all of the things that they are
Mm-hmm.
saying they're gonna do, then it's just gonna be insane.
It is.
Everyone's
gonna be
gonna talk
nuts.
about it. Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
it's gonna be
so,
one of those
original.
big games of the year kind of thing. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's going to be the game that breaks gaming history.
Yeah,
it already
really
has.
good.
It already
Yeah.
has. It
Mhm.
has the most money accrued for development. Period. When they
It has
broke,
the
what was it,
longest
half a
time
billion?
in alpha.
Yeah. Well,
we
no,
see
not
those,
not necessarily. Not necessarily. So we're going on 11 years for development, right? There have been plenty of games in the past that were going on console. Okay. with not even the fraction amount of stuff going into this game that were in there for just as long as what this game's been in development for.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like that, no, like development-wise, it's just you never hear about it until they're ready to release the game. And then you're like, oh, okay, this game is coming out, yeah. But nobody ever talked about how long it actually took them to get to that point, you know, and what kind of woes they had to go through during development, you know.
And I feel like it's well. Oh, sorry. You go.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I feel like as well when you look back at like how it first started. I've heard like some of the people in the org have had it, you know, since you could get it, and you could literally you had your ship, you could sit in it, but you couldn't do anything.
Yep.
You could just look around, and that's all you could do. You can fly anywhere, leave the hangar, and then now look at it. It's like a whole solar system of just endless things that you can do. Like,
and we got Pyro right around the corner. When I say right around the corner, like maybe within like the next year when it fully releases, you know, because they're doing the testing channel with it. They just had the first phase finish up like a few weeks ago. They're talking about bringing in another phase and releasing more of the Pyro and testing that and making sure, like, they want to make sure like that system is ready to roll. But and like the thing that me and Demias have talked about, like not on the channel, but just in private, we're just like, once they get Pyro done and implemented, right? And server meshing is out there and all of the ducks are in a row for these things, right? The ability for CIG to release another system once every patch cycle, if they release them in like the normal quarters, which they've talked about taking those patch cycles and throwing them out the window, but so I don't know what that really entails, but CIG can right now, as it stands, like with all their tools and development, with the amount of people that were over on Squadron 42, they were able to develop a planet within, I want to say like a month.
Damn.
So depending on the size of the system, they could have it done in, 4 to 6 months. Just kind of guessing and just kind of like doing quick math number wise. Like, I'm not necessarily saying that's all set in concrete or anything like that.
Yeah.
But so if anybody's looked at the ARC star map, there's roughly, I want to say, about 100 or so systems. And they're at launch when the game releases, from what I've heard. I don't know if this is going to stay true or anything because everything is subject to change, but they said it was going to be about 90 systems we're going to release at the launch of the game. And they've talked about having unstable wormholes that actually take you, like, that the player will have to discover. And not just already, like, going to, like, the Pyro Stanton jump point or something like that. Like, an individual person will have to have their ship set up specifically to hunt these things down just to go find them. And I think that would be really cool.
That would be insane.
The exploration side of gaming. And I think it would be awesome. So, but anyway, OG.
Heck yeah. We got Florida Man time?
I think it's Florida Man time. I want to hear what you got for me.
Man, let me tell you about this right here. Florida man arrested on allegations that he used COVID relief funds to buy his Lamborghini. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. If I got enough COVID relief funds back then to buy a Lamborghini, I would 100% do it. That's free money.
Hang on. First off, is there any more to this story?
There is. I'm just saying.
I want to hear this because I want to know why.
David Hines, a.k.a. Florida man, arrested and charged after authorities said he used COVID relief funds to buy a Lamborghini and bank millions. That's all I've got. That's all it tells me.
That's it? I
think so. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, nope. I lied.
Okay.
David Hines is being charged with 1 count of bank fraud, 1 count of making false statements to a financial institution, and 1 count not court, and 1 count of engaging in transactions and unlawful proceeds.
There
the
it
criminal complaint alleges Hines submitted fraudulent loan applications for as much as 13.65 or 13.5 million in Paycheck Protection Program relief through applications to an insured financial institution on behalf of different companies. He was 29 years old. He was 29 years old and was approved for 3.9 million in PPP funds.
Damn.
Wow.
Hines allegedly used those funds within days to buy a 2020 Lamborghini Huracan.
How did he think he was gonna get away with
I
that?
don't know.
It was worth a shot. I mean, can't hate.
Was
the,
it,
can't-
though?
I can hate the player, but I can't hate the game.
Does it say how long his sentence was?
Yeah, did it say how long he went to jail for?
Haynes did not issue payroll payments. They seized the sports car and 3.4 million from bank accounts. That's all I got.
Oh man,
insane.
that's
I
crazy.
can't believe they disrespected him. He bought a supercar, not a sports car. For the free.
Man,
I mean,
that's
low-key, I'd do the
that's,
same.
that's funny.
That's nuts, man. Leave it
Smart-ish,
to Florida.
smart-ish, but also stupid at the same time.
Leave it to Florida to do something like this, man. I mean, nuts.
I'm pretty sure we'll
I mean,
hear
there's
or
way crazier things happen than that. in
Yeah.
Florida.
I mean, these are just so random and off the wall.
Yeah.
why can't people like in Iowa do some dumb crap like this or something? You know, like not trying to
They're
pick
just
on
not-
Iowa or anything, but
They just not Florida, man.
well, Jazz, it was a pleasure. I do thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for
It was a
having me.
blast.
Absolutely. And any of y'all viewing or listening on Spotify, don't forget to leave a like, follow if you would. It really helps us out. Drop some comments as well. Don't forget to check out the Linktree link there, as it has all of our socials linked in it as well. And y'all have a good one. We'll see you next time.
Peace.